told you guys it's coming to Anfield. I told you guys the Premier League is coming to Anfield. 14 points behind Manchester City. And every single media, ESPN, Sky Sports, all of them wrote off this Liverpool team. Them dead. They cannot come back. But we always believe in Jurgen Klopp. We always trust in Jurgen Klopp. We always trust in this Liverpool country to get the job done against this Arsenal team. Diego Jota hit the back of the net. Very good goal, but the keeper should take some blame for that. Very good goal by Bobby Firmino to give Liverpool a 2-0 victory over the Arsenal. I have my guests in the background waiting for us. We're going to give you guys the match reaction. Let's keep it going, Liverpool. No time to slip up. Keep the fire on this Manchester City team. So, welcome. I am going to deal with the guests first. Military Gunner, welcome to the channel, Virgin. I really appreciate you coming to talk about this game.
Big up. Ryan, it was a tightly contested game. And in any Liverpool fan would have said that this game was an easy game for them. They are lying. I would say that they are lying. I would 100% say that they are lying. Martinelli was tremendous down the flank. We didn't capitalize on the chances we get, and that's the difference. Liverpool were a bit more clinical when their opportunities present themselves to them. The midfield battle was tightly contested between Thomas Partey, Thiago Silva, Thiago Alcantara, and Fabinho. Odegaard was moving around, flowing the ball quite smoothly. When Liverpool has possession, they try to retain possession. When Arsenal has possession, they try to retain possession. Some of the time, because Liverpool was pressing so high, we went for the diagonal passes, either to Saka or Martinelli. For the entire game, Trent was having a horrible game. It was not horrible, but he was on the back foot. He was basically on the back foot because of Martinelli. But it was a very, very good contested game, I have to say. Hats off to Liverpool. And who else to score in Arsenal? Who else to score in Arsenal than Roberto Firmino and Diego Jota, the two men who tend to kill Arsenal each time they play against Arsenal. It's just unfortunate.
Well said. So let's bring on my next guest, my boy, Jersey Boy, on the host on Ryan LFC show, man. Jersey Boy, you must happy right now with that victory, right?
Yes, we were not that good in the first half, I've got to say. I've got to give shout out to Martinelli, because Martinelli sent pretty much the whole defence at one point back to Liverpool. This kid is going to be a superstar, and I bet you in that post-match press conference, Klopp is going to mention how good Martinelli is. But we got the victory. You know, Arsenal fans hate Diego Jota because this man stat pads against them again and again and again, and he did it again today. Bobby Firmino, his first game in the Premier League back from injury, comes on, scores a great goal. Thiago looked a bit off, but he gets a brilliant assist, and we're now 1 point behind Manchester City, and the title race is on.
Okay, let's bring on next guest on the show. So welcome, Talawa TV from all the way in London. Thank you very much for coming.
Adding emphasis to London, I like it, but with that result, I want you to know that London is still red, so the joke is on you, Mr. Ryan LFC.
It's true.
So Boston, next guest on the show, a massive Liverpool fans all the way in Sweden, and I just want to welcome to the show, Sebastian. How are you?
Easy win. Just saying, easy win.
Okay, fair enough.
With the way we played first half, Arsenal could have scored 2 goals maybe. But I said, Liverpool starts slow, but in the second half, we played like lions. We want to eat the opponent. Come on, you Reds, come on.
Fair enough. Guys, I am telling you, it was a good game. It was an exciting game, and I'm happy Liverpool get the 3 points to close the gap on Manchester City. And I want the Arsenal fans to be strong, keep their head high. I understand the situation you guys in. Liverpool were in the similar situation. Every time we win 5 games on the bounce under Jurgen Klopp, we thought we reach. But a big stone hit us in our back end. So listen, calm down. It's going to be not an easy ride, but you guys will get there. Just trust in the process and trust in Arteta. It was a fantastic game. I know a lot of you guys will say, "Whoa, Ryan, that's sweet talk and stuff," but we got you, and I want you guys to be patient with Arteta. But let's go over back to military. Military, how impressive Arsenal were in the first half. They wasn't giving Liverpool a lot of time on the ball. Liverpool didn't look themselves in that first half.
All right, even in the last 10 minutes of the game, Arsenal would basically pressuring Liverpool to get that last to get that goal. And as you can see, as you guys remember, that last shot that Martinelli took, that barely grazed past the far post. And in context of the game, when I look at the stats right now, I'm saying that this is pretty much a good stats. If the possession is 51% to Liverpool, it's 49 to Arsenal. That is quite close. When Liverpool normally plays any team, they normally dominate possession. Shots, it's 9 in favor of both teams. So normally Liverpool have a few a few of those heavy metal players pouring down shots on their opponents. Shots on target, Liverpool only had 3 shots on target entirety of the game. I remember 2 of those shots were in the back of the net. We got 2 shots on target as well. Didn't get them in the back of the net. Didn't get any one of them in the back of the net. And both teams only created 2 big chances, 1 big chances each. So that goes to show how closely tight knit, even the first half and the second half. In football, there's moments in game. You're gonna have moments when one team dominates. You're gonna have moments when the next team dominates. And even in the first half, despite Arsenal playing so good, Liverpool had their moments when they dominate possession. In the second half, Liverpool had their moments when they dominate. But the thing is, when Liverpool had their moment, they capitalized by getting the ball in the back of the net. And just we didn't do the same. Lacazette got a poor bad pass from, I think it was Matip. And Lacazette and Martin Odegaard didn't capitalize on that. And that just went away. So, in all aspects, I'm pretty much really, really impressed with the performance. But hats off to Liverpool due to the quality that Liverpool really, really have. And you can see it. When you look at Mohamed Salah warming up, you can say, okay, Salah is on the bench. So that goes to show the quality, the depth and quality between both squads.
Most definitely, and big up to Andy Robertson. That's him 50 assists for Liverpool as a fullback. I don't think many fullback in the previous, like I would say, Ashley Cole. I don't think Ashley Cole have 50 assists. Chen have over 50 assists for Liverpool. That's fantastic. But let's go over to Jersey Boy. What you think Liverpool didn't? Oh, Jersey Boy, why you think Liverpool haven't performed in that first half? Is it because of Arsenal were putting us under another pressure?
Arsenal were the better team in the first half. We can all agree. There was a chance there where Mane could have scored. Great ball by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Another one of his great balls straight to Mane, but Mane went a little bit too quickly, and the ball went, of course, over the bar. But I think Arsenal were the better team for that first half. But this is what I love about Klopp. Klopp in the last bit of the first half, when I can see things aren't working, I'm going to put the old fun 3 back again. Bobby, Salah, Mane, and Jota scored. Bobby scored. It's very, very good to see that we changed it around. But in the first half, Arsenal were the better team. Arsenal were putting us under pressure. Because we play such a huge high line, I was expecting Arsenal to get loads of chances. And Arsenal, I think in terms of chances, this was a very even game. But it just shows the difference in quality. Because, yes, Arsenal had the same amount of chances, but we took our chances. Arsenal didn't. But as you said, Military, Arsenal can leave here going, we played quite good against Liverpool, and now we can take that and to try and get a result against Aston Villa. And I think he will, because, you know, if you play like that against Aston Villa, they haven't got a great defence. I think you can get behind Tyrone Mings. And I think, as you said, both teams come out with something. Arsenal might not have got what they wanted, but at least they get something they can build on for a huge game against Aston Villa.
What said you, Sebastian? Why you think Liverpool have been performing in the first half? Is it because of Arsenal? Because at one point, I think Arsenal were the better team in that first half. I think Liverpool allow Arsenal to play, or Arsenal dictate the game from midfield. Thomas Partey, Shaka, they're playing very good, but just one thing that let down that Arsenal team in that first half, they didn't find the back of the net. Sebastian, over to you.
Yeah. The team played real well. I'm impressed by Thomas Partey, how he played. He controlled that midfield in the first half. Like, he was probably their best player. But Liverpool, as I said, Liverpool always like bad starts. And in the second half, we go and win the games and play really good.
Okay, fair enough. So, back to you, my sister from over London there. Looking fantastic in her colours tonight.
Yes, right. Yeah, got my manners. I don't think I've said it already. Congrats to you guys. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. I can't remember if I've said it. Congrats on your win. But it just goes back to what I was saying on the preview. I think it was Monday night when I said, you know, this game is basically upward trajectory versus superiority, and you could see that perhaps not much in the first 45 in terms of the superiority element from Liverpool, but you definitely saw that in the second 45, particularly with Firmino's goal. It's textbook stuff. When Firmino gets in that position, you can just say goal. You don't even need to wait for it to hit the back of the net because you know what's going to happen. Pure elegance from Firmino. I think of Jota, yeah, he has been a bit of a pain for Arsenal over the last couple of games. And I think with that goal, I think perhaps Ramsdale, the argument is there that Ramsdale should have done better, not taking nothing away from Jota, fully deserved goal, but maybe Ramsdale should have done a little bit better. But I think it's one of those games that when you look back at the end of the full 90, you can actually say that you're not ashamed of the results. And one thing that I can credit Arsenal for is the fact that it is a young side, and not once did a player drop their heads. The old Arsenal of yesteryear, when you're playing against a team like Liverpool, the superior teams in the league, they tend to drop their heads and they look a little bit depleted before kickoff. But no player on that field dropped their heads tonight, so you can actually walk around and feel quite proud with with how the game has panned out despite the result.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's 9 games in a row Liverpool winning the Premier League. That's a lot of games. 9. You know, to keep up with Manchester City. But I want to ask you, Jersey boy, about that goal by Bobby Firmino. What special is Bobby Firmino? No 9 goals against Arsenal. If he score the next time against Arsenal, he's the only Liverpool player to score 10. Fowler have 9. Same man, Robbie Pearl tie up right now. He loved to score on Arsenal. He picked, in that build-up play too, he picked Thomas Partey pocket.
But it's brilliant. Bobby has been out of injury for a couple of weeks now, and you know he came on. People are always Bobby coming on for Diaz and that kind of stuff, but Bobby came on and showed why he came on, because he came on, he scored a tap in, but you've got to be there at the right time. So it doesn't matter what kind of goal he scored a tap in, and it was a great assist by Robertson again. Robertson again showing why he's playing over Tsimikas, and I love to see his back and forth. But you see, Bobby is a very good player. I don't know if he's going to stay with us in the summer. We'll have to see. But I think Roberto Firmino has to be involved in this team moving forward at some points, because he showed that he's still got it. And, you know, Bobby's that good. If you don't remember 18-19, where he scored a few goals without even looking where the goal was. he embarrassed Arsenal that bad. He was scoring without even looking at the goal.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough, but in my opinion, I'm still a Jersey boy. I think that's the best thing that Liverpool should do is bring Roberto Firmino off the bench. I think he's much
I agree.
better
I agree.
off the bench, especially 30 minutes left in the game. When him start, he's not going to give you a lot. I think Bobby Firmino has been at Liverpool for so long. He at Liverpool for a long time. So him kind of drop off a little bit of this hyper car. This kind of take a look at toll on your body. But for him to coming off the bench, I think that's the best move for him, in my opinion. I don't think him going to leave. Just signed a long-term contract last summer, so I think he will be there. But over to you, military. You mute military.
I try to think. What's the question?
Yeah.
You're speaking about Bobby.
Yeah,
What's the
Bobby
question?
Firmino. What you think about Bobby Firmino? Should he start or coming off the bench?
For Arsenal, Bobby Firmino is always scoring against Arsenal. There's in my memory, we suffer from 3 players: Didier Drogba, Bobby Firmino, and should I say Harry Kane? His customary penalty.
Yeah.
so those are the 3 players in my memory we always falter against. And for some reason, these guys, it's like or omen, some bad luck omen or something like that. Because it could have been any one of the players in that position, and it has to be Bobby Firmino. Or going forward, it seems like Diogo Jota will be taken away from Bobby Firmino. Firmino is a good player. But the problem with I see with Firmino, like, based off what I've seen, is that he lost the clinical edge. He had so much in regards to the build-up play, but he lost that clinical edge. And what you're getting from Jota is the build-up play and also the clinical edge. So I do think there's a reason why Jurgen Klopp would actually kind of phase out Firmino, because you're still getting that touch of class from Diogo Jota with the clinical edge. I think, but when in due time, no one would actually remember Bobby Firmino when Diogo Jota saw hits his real prime.
Yeah, I agree with you, military. I agree with you. From ever since, Bobby Firmino is not the most clinical player, but him older player, like we talk about Lacazette, bring player in it. But when it come on to finishing, I would give him like a 6 or 5 out of 10 when it come on to him finishing. And he need to start to get more close to the box. Too many times Liverpool squaring the ball, Chen squaring the ball. Then see Bobby Firmino just start to hit the edge of the box. He's supposed to be inside the box as a striker. And that's why I want to see Liverpool have a natural number 9 instead of have a false 9. Because we need someone who to put the ball in the back of the net. We are so dominant right now. And I think Diogo Jota, only problem I have with Diogo Jota, him all up play to bring people in the game. Like today, this is the reason why club take him off. Him hold up play. He's playing down the middle. You have to hold up. This is how the system set up for Liverpool wingers to succeed the man in the Salah. You know? He don't have that hold up play. Don't know to play with him back turn. That's the only problem I have with Jota. Yeah, go ahead, military.
No, it's quite similar now, because if you should look at Liverpool is actually transitioning the team, I think they're kind of moving away from just the wide forward alone, bursting going inside of the final third. They're trying to play a bit more central, with a little bit more direct, rather than having Firmino dropping so deep, and then now he collapse the defense. Because when you're playing against a defense, like this evening, Arsenal defenders did not collapse with Jota. Each time Jota would come deep in the central area, no one would track him. They would keep the line and keep it straight. So I do believe that people would find out that particular style of play in which Bobby Firmino would have played for quite some years now, and the defender would have fallen inside of the middle tier of the field with Firmino. But you're not seeing that happening again. Defense know that once you keep the line, it's more difficult to break down. So I think that's what Klopp is kind of like is modernizing his style of play to what's happening. And because each time a team adjusts to his style of play, he tends to adjust to just fine tune what he's doing a little bit more to get the most effective results out of his team.
Okay, fair enough. Tala, what do you say about Roberto Firmino? Is it time for him to come off the bench, or he still have a place in this Liverpool team?
So excellent question. I think it depends on whether you want to go with if it's not broken, don't fix it, or why try to fix it. And at the moment, is it broken up top where Liverpool's concerned? Definitely not. Look at your goal difference. You're flying in that department. But I think the great thing for you guys is the fact that you have those firepower on the bench. So even outside of Firmino, you can look at Minamano, you can look at obviously Jota, you can even look at Origi if you needed to. So you're safe in that regards where your attackers are concerned. I think I might have to sway towards what Jersey Boy said. I think you might have said it as well, Ryan, is to utilize him off the bench and see where you go from there. But maybe now's not the right time to put him in that firing line, because the next couple of games could definitely cost you if plan don't go as you would expect it to.
Okay, fair enough. Big up to Coach Karuma. Big up to all the people them down in the comment section. Bailey, big up yourself. Virgin, why we have to apologize? I don't think me and Jersey Boy do anything the other night when we talk about this game, you know. But Bailey, explain yourself why me and Jersey Boy have to apologize. But Sebastian, I'm coming back to you. We're going forward for Arsenal. You know, they play good today. Normally, Arsenal they get 3 or 4 from Liverpool. There has been a work in progress. Where you see Arsenal finishing and they playing against Villa. No, they have FA Cup. You guys don't have FA Cup playing this weekend. So Arsenal, see it. So why Arsenal should have win that game?
No, we're playing against Villa this weekend, man.
Premier League playing this weekend.
Yeah, they
Yes,
play
man.
Villa.
We're playing against Villa this weekend.
Villa and then
FA Cup.
Let me see. I even if it's a FA Cup weekend, both Arsenal and Villa are not in the FA Cup, so this would be a good opportunity for them to get the fixtures out of the way. I'm checking.
Just check if they play.
Because I know that we have one more game before the international break. Yes, we're playing. Actually, we're playing against Aston Villa. Yes, we're playing. It's this weekend.
Oh, this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're playing this weekend, Saturday.
Then you have a break.
First game of the weekend. Yeah, then we have a break.
Yeah,
Yeah, to the
international
4th of
break, that's
April.
international.
Qualifiers. Yeah, Arsenal, they really need that top world-class striker to get them their goals they need. They could have signed Vlahovic, they didn't. They could have signed Isaac, they didn't. To be honest, I don't know what striker Arsenal need. They probably will sign someone that we don't know. Maybe Shaman Nicholson. Who knows?
It would be a good option.
What
Yeah.
do you think about Shaman Nicholson?
Of course, it'd be a good option.
Yeah?
Yeah, I reported that it came in football.london that Arsenal was actually interested in Shaman Nicholson. They were keeping an eye on him.
So, as an Arsenal fan, you don't want him to lead the line for Arsenal right now, military or...
Let me tell you the truth, Ryan. His physique and structure, his ability to come and link up play would actually suit Arsenal, and he's in the age bracket, the 24 under 25 region, so he fits the profile actually. And I would mind. Actually, I would mind. Personally, I would mind. He's a good striker. He's a good finisher. We know the past coach didn't make him look good based off the national team, but look at how he plays for the club team when he has better quality around him. It's not a coincidence that he's scoring so much goal in Russian league. It's not a coincidence. He has the quality. He has the talent to do so.
And not much striker out there right now.
No. It's a profile. It has to be the profile of striker. He's a target man, and we're looking for a target man. Look at how the physique of Vlahovic, the physique of Isaac, the height. Just look at that, and the pace as well. So he would be a valid option. I'm not sure if Arsenal will go for him, but definitely he would be a good option based off how he plays.
What said you, Jersey boy? Would you want to see Shaman Nicholson at Arsenal, or too early for him?
No, I think he should get out of where he's playing right now, because I think it's quite dangerous with what's going on in the war right now. So
Yeah.
I think personally, I think it's best he gets out there.
He's
Um,
welcome to Sweden.
But for me, Arsenal need a little bit better, and maybe would Shamar be open to be a backup striker if you got in like a Alexander Isaac and got him as a backup?
Yeah,
I
play-
don't
play
know. I
good
think he would
formation.
rather be at a team where he's the number one striker
never.
starting every game. So I don't think he would work at Arsenal, but I do think
Yeah,
he should
play-
get out of where he is right now.
Play two strikers, Nicholson and Isaac. That would be dangerous.
But then it'd be 4-4-2.
Yeah. But you can Martinelli, you never know. He might leave in the summer.
And go where?
I don't know. I said maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Talawa, what said you? Would you want to see Shaman Nicholson leading that? He's a born Arsenal fans, you know.
I know he's an Arsenal fan. He's made that quite clear on social media. I would grab him with both hands, to be honest with you, and take him to the Emirates. I think if you're going with someone like Shamar Nicholson, again, touching on that profile, and it wouldn't be a surprise to me if Arsenal went and recruited him and then brought him to the Emirates, because Arsenal, over the last couple of transfer windows, they've brought players through the doors that possibly the bulk of the fan base aren't aware of, unless you're really deep into your football and you watch the leagues from across several different countries. They've brought in players that possibly aren't the fans aren't that tuned into. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went for someone like Nicholson. The only issue with that is, I think as a backup, you would need an experience forward to go with Nicholson. So maybe someone in the age range as, say, your 28-year-old, or someone maybe even like your Lacazette, someone who's been there in those difficult position, who knows how to get your team over the line when necessary. Not saying that Nicholson can't do it, but obviously this is, if he were to move to a team like Arsenal, that would be the biggest club he's ever played for. So it's different level, different expectations.
Okay, turn on your camera, my brother. When you're in the background, so when you come on the stream, so you have to turn on the camera. But anyway, so all right, let's move on from the Shaman.
Who's that in the background, Ron? Who's
Yeah,
that in the background?
Your friend.
Which friend?
You have to put on your camera. You have to keep your camera on. Not allow you on the show without camera. You have to keep your camera on. Yeah. But but in the meantime, how are you? Good evening.
Big up, man. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, man. I remember being on this channel a long time ago, and then that's it.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming, man.
No worries.
Okay. All right. Before we go to the next question, tell us what you think about Alisson. A lot of people will think about special Alisson word, because I think if we didn't win that game here or this game draw, and many people would say Alisson is the man of the match. Arsenal, he stopped Arsenal from scoring today.
Yeah, he did. He's had one or two mistakes for club and national side, but every player has a mistake in them. That just means that he's human, he's normal. In terms, I'm not really sure I understand your question. Do I rate him? Absolutely. He's one of the best keepers in the world at the moment. So yeah, he's
brother, you have to put on a shirt. Get on a shirt, brother. Come on the stream without shirt. You have to get on a shirt. Yeah. Anyway, let's go, Talo.
Yeah, like I said, he's one of the best keepers in the world at the moment. So there isn't really much to critique Alisson on. I know sometimes people throw him under the bus, and that's probably because he might make the odd silly mistakes here and there, but that doesn't take away from the fact that class is permanent where he's concerned.
Yeah. No, the question was that I asked still about he was good in this game. Yeah, make a few mistakes sometimes when he might take him. I don't know, Brazilian player sometimes. He want to keep the ball at him foot and when the player pressure. But the question I'm saying, he's the one who stopped Arsenal from scoring today, because in that first half where I think this guy named Odegaard when Thiago passed back a ball and he passed it back right to Odegaard. Odegaard should do better, man. Him take too long to kick that shot.
No, I think that I disagree. I just think that goes to show the intelligence and the experience of Allison. Allison isn't a short guy. He's one of the tallest keepers in the league. And look
Yeah.
at the size difference between him and Odegaard. I think Odegaard had the right intentions, but you're up against a wall. You're up against a giant. So I think with his body movements and the way he positioned his body, Allison, again with his experience, did enough to ensure that that ball didn't hit the back of the net. So I think Odegaard did what he needed to do, but you're up against one of
Big
the
up,
world's
man.
best keepers. So what do you expect in terms of Arsenal up front? I think one of the things that I can perhaps criticize them on is that they just weren't clinical enough. Love at Martinelli to bits, but he had more than a handful of chances to try and find the back of the net, but it just wasn't clicking for him up top. Towards the latter stage of the game, he had another lovely opportunity. Again, right idea, and that's you have to try and catch Allison at the post. Almost caught him, but unfortunately on that occasion, the ball didn't hit the back of the net. But that's all I can say about Arsenal in terms of their lack of clinical decision making up front.
Yeah. I agree with you on that, man. But Coach Karume, I sent you the link. I know he's Arsenal fans. I don't know why you want to join the stream. I don't know if it's because of Talawa. Every time you lose, I'm call you not answer your phone. But Karume said Odegaard never show up in big games. Is this true? But before I ask military gonna ask military, is that true that Odegaard don't show up in big games?
I wouldn't say that, because if you should look at the team itself, the team is a young team, and every game that Arsenal plays, it's basically a learning curve for them. The last time out we played against Liverpool, the game, we were totally outclassed. From the first goal scored, we were definitely outclassed. This time around, you can see the team really fighting down to the last whistle. They're still fighting and still going on, which means that the intent is there. They have learned from the past about when you're in the losing position, what to do, what not to do. And it's just that the talent of Odegaard, some of the time you can see that he was actually being double teamed inside of that midfield role. Endra was quite close to him. Even with Saka over on the right hand side, as soon as Saka received the ball, Robertson and Van Dijk would double team him as well. So it was quite. We have to realize that the team that we're playing against now, these are mature players who have been there, done that, and they understand when a team is on the rise, and they realize. Notice the only two players that Liverpool couldn't contain was actually Martinelli and Partey, and that's the reason, because these two players they are sporadic, because you can't predict what they're going to do next. But all the players that you can kind of contain, you will definitely see that they try their best to contain those players. But a player like Odegaard is in the battle of the field, is in the middle of the pitch. Enjo is quite physical. Fabinho is really, really physical. As soon as they can get a nudge onto each one of these players, they will do the same. So that's what I'm seeing what's happening. But I wouldn't say that it doesn't really perform in big games. If that's the case, you can say that Arsenal, the entire team, don't perform in big games. If that's the case, but it's all a learning process, and we have to just realize the level that Liverpool is at. It's two different things we're challenged for. Liverpool challenge for the title, we're battling for top four. That tells you everything. So we have players who can take us to the next level, but we're still in the search for more that who can actually hit us to the next level. So Ryan, I already messaged you in the private chat.
Yeah, thanks, man, bro. Thanks to know that they lose. That's why I really like the Arsenal fans. They lose, but them still sure. Not like Coach Karume. When him lose, you know, I get a message from him or anything. I have Arsenal fans. We're in London. You are in London?
This is Lucas Live. Big up, bro. It's been a
Big
while.
up, man. Big up,
It's been a
man.
while.
Thank you very much for having me on. Yeah, I do remember coming on the channel. Yeah, I'm an Arsenal supporter as well. I do Arsenal content as well.
Yeah, but you are in London?
No, I'm just outside of London, and then that's it.
Okay. Fair enough, but good to know that you lose and you still come. But what do you think about the game overall?
To be honest, right, I expected us to lose to Liverpool, right, and in a way, I'm sort of disappointed because, like, Liverpool, the first half we played very well, and for me, Martinelli is going to be a really good player for us. I thought we played really well, and then I thought 0-0 half time. And I'm like, we've been 0-0 half time before against Liverpool, and then Liverpool end up bringing Salah on. You can see Liverpool are actually going to go for it. And then because they're chasing for a title, yeah. And then I do think on the first goal, Ramsdale should have done better on the first goal. Like, some people say that, oh yeah, Jota smashed it in and all that. And I know Jota loves scoring against Arsenal now. And for me, I think his record with Vardy on goals. But other than that, I do think second half we were poor, man. We were very, very poor. And does this goes to show, like, yes, we are still in the top four, right? We haven't moved. We haven't gone down the table. With Tottenham winning tonight, Manchester United are breathing on our necks, and how Man United have been so bad. Everybody's saying that. Look, if we're going to play like that in the second half, I don't think we're going to get top four. I generally don't. I think Manchester United are going to get it, in my opinion. But other than that, Liverpool controlled the game in the second half.
Yeah, it come with a little bit of experience still, because you know Liverpool are an experienced team, but I like this Arsenal team. Karumi can't say anything you want to say down in the comment section, but you know it's a learning learning for Arsenal going forward, because as military said earlier on, they double team most of the time when the Arsenal player them have the ball, and when they're young and play a double team. What I realize with Arsenal young player, them always want to take 3 and 4 touch off the ball. When you are double team, always look before you get the pass. So you pass it. Another Arsenal player going to be his race. But yeah, so you don't think Arsenal will get top 4? Or if
no, I don't think we'll get top 4, and this is the problem with our fan base, right? And the thing is, I don't want to offend anyone or anything like that. But what I'm trying to say is, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I said this on my channel, I said this on multiple channels, and I go on everyone's channels every week. But I don't think we'll get top 4 because, yes, we played very well in the first half. There's a lot of positives to take on that. We didn't get battered. The last meeting we played at the Emirates Carabao Cup was 2-0. But the thing is, at least we didn't get battered and we showed a bit of fight. But I just, every single time, I can understand that we lost to Liverpool. We don't seem to beat the big teams. And the thing is, we've got 2 games in hand now, Chelsea and Tottenham. If we do not act together and start acting, you ain't going to get top 4. And to get top 4, you have to beat these sort of big teams. And this is this is every single time when Arsenal are in a position, right? They always come up against a Liverpool, a Chelsea, a Man City, a Man United, and Arsenal don't turn up. That is something where I can't see us getting top 4. And how bad Manchester United really are. I watched Manchester United last night. The second half, they were terrible. And the thing is, I really hope they do continue being terrible, because I don't think we'll get top 4. Because yes, we have really improved, right? Arteta's looking good at the moment. I'm not a big fan of Arteta, but you've got to win these sort of big games to get into the top 4. I think Manchester United are going to get top 4. I genuinely think, how much people might think I'm a bit deluded, but I think United are going to get top 4. I think we're going to get 5th.
Yeah, fair enough. Jersey boy, you see Arsenal making the top 4 or lose?
Yes. Again, as this is Lucas Life said, United were rubbish yesterday. They were like, Atletico did the typical thing where they, parked the triple-decker bus. They couldn't break them down. They, United have been in winning positions and drawn. United have been in this position. You've got to think that. I think Arsenal against Tottenham. I think Arsenal batter Tottenham. Because Tottenham's defence is crap. So, listen, I think Arsenal will get top 4. It will be very close. But the fact that United, can't even be, they struggle against Tottenham, struggle with these teams. I just don't see it. I think Arsenal will 100% get top 4, but I think it will be in the skin of the teeth. I think it's going to be that close.
Yeah, that North London derby, that's going to be huge. Whoever wins that game, I think, going to get top 4.
The thing is, when you say that, Sebastian, and you make a very good point, right, is that whoever does win that top 4 will get Champions League, because we've got Aston Villa the weekend. If we beat Aston Villa, we've got a few games on a bit of a run before we play like the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, and Tottenham. If we can beat the likes of Southampton, Brighton, Aston Villa, and Palace, and other teams' results, then we wouldn't need to win against Chelsea and Tottenham.
But Spurs' attack, it's been really good last couple of games. Like they have improved. Also, that midfield is looking very good.
The thing is, Odegaard for me, like Odegaard's been fantastic, but he never turned up tonight against Liverpool. He never turned up, and for me, like Odegaard's going to be a good player in the future, right? And I did have my doubts on Odegaard. I wanted to sign someone like a Maddison last summer, or a Hossam-Aouar or Tielemans or someone like that. But Odegaard for me look, I'm not going to give him stick because he had one bad game. But what I will say is players like that need to step up against the big games. Martinelli was probably the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. Some of his work rate was really good. The guy's going to be a talent, and Liverpool could be looking at Martinelli or someone like that in the summer, because I personally don't think he'll go. I think he'll stay with us for a couple of years. But Liverpool could look at that and think, okay, if Salah's not going to sign that contract, they'll look at someone like a Martinelli. They might look at someone like a Saka as a replacement.
I love this. I love this talk. Kalawa, what you have to say? You're very quiet. He makes what you have to say? Right now him come and him say 2 player might come over and Liverpool. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's loads to comment on. I'm not really sure where to start because there's quite a few things that you guys touched on. I think maybe start with Odegaard. I slightly disagree in the sense that I'm not really sure if you're putting down the fact that, you know, the reason why the result is because Odegaard didn't show up. I think if that's the case, then you could also look at Liverpool for the first 45. No one from Liverpool showed up for the first 45, but they still managed to get the job done. I think Arsenal were playing well as a team in the first 45. It's just a shame that we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And also with Odegaard, I think we have to also bear in mind that this is his first full season here as a permanent player with Arsenal. So it's going to be something slightly different, because we're talking about that toxicity that we touched on in the preview. It's a different environment that he's in now, so he has to readjust himself and go again. I think so far he's done well. I know when he first came into sign for Arsenal permanently, a lot of fans were a little bit 50-50 because perhaps they wanted Maddison from Leicester. As opposed to Odegaard, but I think Odegaard is coming into himself. There's a reason why some years ago, before he signed for Real Madrid at 15 years old, so many clubs wanted him, included Liverpool, because you can't deny the talent. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and there's no way he's going to be the man that works magic on every single given occasion. That's the reason why you need to look to a team like Liverpool and say, where's the squad depth? Because, you know, if we're going to rest all of our potential of getting 3 points against the big boys and resting it at the feet of Odegaard, then what's going to happen is your opponents are going to mark Odegaard. They're going to double up on him. So if you double up on Odegaard, then Arsenal don't win. I think it has to be a shared effort. And I think we saw that tonight. We saw Martinelli going for it. We saw Saka trying to work a little bit of magic. It's just a shame that, you know, we weren't able to put ourselves on the score sheet.
Fair enough. As I say, me believe in the youth them, and when Jurgen Klopp just take over, we have some game like this where we devastated as fans, and me just believe that if we can give Arteta a little bit more time to improve, to bring in more player, but Leah look like him don't have no patience right now with this Arteta team.
To be honest, right, like some people might say, if people with Mikel Arteta in, that's understandable. But the thing is, I know people might say, oh, yeah, you should give him time.
Do you think him doing a great job right now? Doing a great job, or is it Manu not playing?
He's doing a very good job at the moment, but I still think he isn't the right man for the job, because if he gets this top 4, I will give him another season. He gets another season. But if he doesn't get top 4, he's got to go at the end of the season, in my opinion. Yeah, like for me, you cannot accept him finishing 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th. We need Champions League football. We've been the informed team out of Manchester United and Tottenham. And yes, okay, we haven't turned up against the big teams. Yeah, that's something where Arsenal do need to work on if they want to become the next level and actually be a serious contenders for in the remaining future. But the thing is, if he doesn't get you top 4, the manager's got to go, in my opinion. It'll be a failure because if you don't get top 4, you look at the January transfer window as a failure. You will look at it because we've put ourselves into this mess. Arteta and Edwin have actually put ourselves into this risk. Selling Aubameyang, running down his contract, let him go on a free, should have got money out of it and replaced him. We sat there 24 days, right, chasing for Vlahovic. I know he was never going to come, even his agent said, but we just sat there where we could have got other targets, could have got someone like an Isaac, could have got someone like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin, someone like that, right, on a short-term deal or a permanent deal, and then we would have got a replacement. But if he gets you Champions League football, of course, he gets another season, 100%.
You agree with that, Jersey? Go ahead, Talawa. Can you see what?
Can I just ask, Lucas?
Yeah,
Luca,
go ahead.
sorry
Yeah,
about
go
that.
ahead, go
Sorry
ahead.
for mispronouncing your name. When was
That's
the
all
last
right.
time? When was the last time you watched an Arsenal game and you felt uncomfortable?
I watch every single game at the moment, but recently, the last time we had a rubbish performance.
Not necessarily rubbish, but uncomfortable to the point where you're just like, this is making me feel sick. I can't watch this.
Probably like the first 3 games of the season.
I'm glad you said that because it just goes to my point of saying that I think I slightly disagree with you because for me that just says that there's steady progress there. Usually when we're going up against a Liverpool, I have to make sure that I eat my dinner before kickoff because I know that this is not going to end well. But there were periods in that game where I'm trying to make my notes for Ryan's show. I'm trying to do some stuff for my platform, and I still got my eye on the game, and I felt settled. I was at ease watching Liverpool play, and I was also at ease when I was watching Leicester City at the Emirates, another big team that usually come and make you feel a little bit unsettled, and you're thinking, they're there because of the history of the club. For me, the reason why I slightly disagree with you is if you go and get rid of Arteta, regardless if you're saying if he doesn't get top 4, you go ahead and you get rid of him. What you then do is you're then basically saying you want another rebuilding process. What does a
you go and get an
rebuilding
experienced manager. You go and get an experienced manager, and I can understand.
Yeah, but the experienced manager is going to want to rebuild. So where do you go from there in terms of trying to? Do you think you can persuade the likes of Saka to sit and go for another 1 or 2 to 3 years of rebuilding? He's not interested in rebuilding. He's already cemented in a rebuilding process.
We don't get. Yeah, but the thing is, I know the likes of Saka and them lot have signed contracts, but are they guaranteed to stay? If Arsenal keep fading and not getting to the top 4 and start pushing to the next level,
I think with this season, you have to possibly weigh up your understanding of achievements and failure, because by right, going into the start of the season, no one would have said we're sat here in March, Arsenal will be sitting in 4th currently. Nobody would have believed that.
No one expected that at the start of the season. Like no one expected. Sorry, man.
Say that again for me, Lucas.
That's okay. No one
Is it
expected.
me or?
Quickly, just want to quickly say, I have to go now.
Can you
'cause
hear
it's
me?
quite late.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, later.
Have to refresh. One
Later.
second, guys.
See you guys. I'll see you guys later. I've got to go because it's getting quite
Yeah.
late in England. My
Right.
neighbours are kicking me out,
Okay,
so-
all right, yes, bro, later. Yeah, but we're going to get my followers back. So let's.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Luke. I lost you for a second. What was you
That's
saying?
all right. That's all right. No, but as I was saying, no one expected us to actually be in this position since March. I can understand that. But the thing is, yes, I know it's understandable losing to Liverpool, Man City, but it's got to change. It's got to change. Look, I can understand people want to accept whatever we are as a football. People have an opinion. I get that. But if we finish 5th or 6th, yes, it's an improvement.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want Champions League football, man. I don't want to sit in Europa League, Farmers League. I want to be in the Champions League.
I
And
know.
I want to be in there and win it.
I
Or
know.
even if we don't win it, actually be in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Consistency. Because that's how you attract players. And the thing is, if he gets top 4, I'm backing this manager 100%. I will give this manager a chance.
Yeah,
But for me,
it's a tough
I'm
one.
still Arteta out at the moment. But if he gets top 4, I will consider maybe changing my mind.
Yeah, it's weird. I've said this quite a number of times. One thing I'm going to give him credit for is just changing that environment. There's a time where I used to say, you know what? Why am I hearing this repeating? I used to say, I don't want to go to the Emirates. Is there an echo, guys?
There's like a beat noise.
Like a little bit, probably you want me to tab.
It's not me.
No, it's just one tab.
Okay. Boston is you.
I don't know.
Continue.
Maybe try and mute your mic. See what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone mute.
I can hear you echoing as well.
Just mute. Everyone mute the mic.
Mute for 1 second.
All right. So I'm going to talk. Here you guys hear what Lucas, me have to say something to you, brother. When you're going club at Liverpool, where you just say Arteta out, we as Liverpool fans understand where Liverpool at the time. And we willing to give Jurgen Klopp that time to build up.
But the thing is, Jurgen Klopp, it took him 4 years, and look where Liverpool are. And I know Arteta's been in the job for what? Since 2019. It took 3 years, right? If he gets Champions League football, then we could be going somewhere. But the thing is, I want if we don't get top 4, and if people are going to accept 5th or 6th, right, then fair enough. But we have to start building from that. This has to be the season, right? If no one expected us, right, to be in this position in the top 4. If we weren't in this position now, for example, say if we were competing for Europa League, we didn't have a chance to get into the Champions League. We're about, you know what? Fair enough. It's a progress. You give them another season. But you're in the top 4 now currently, right? And we're lucky that we're staying in the top 4 at the moment because it gives us another opportunity because that was our game in hand. Because if we didn't have that game in hand, we probably wouldn't have been in 4th spot. But other than that, right, if he gets top 4, this manager, I give him another chance. And give him another summer transfer window. And I guarantee you, if we do get top 4, right, we could go somewhere with this manager maybe. But I am Arteta out at the moment. Let's see what happens at the end of the season. We've got 2 games in hand, right, against Chelsea and Spurs, I think, right? And we still got to play West Ham, Manchester United. It's going to be a hard game. And we should beat Manchester United. But we've got, Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, it took him 4 years. But the thing is, the reason why you're in this position, because you're a club who can sell players for more money. You sold Dominic Solanke for 20 million. Would Arsenal go and do that? Of course they wouldn't. They'll send him on a cheap.
I mean, last time we did that was, I feel so bad bringing his name up, but I kind of have to, since we're talking about price tag, would be Iwobi to Everton.
Well, yeah, a man like Iwobi, man. You know what I mean? Like Iwobi.
What we did with that money and so on. But yeah, I get you. I definitely get you. I sense your frustration, and I definitely understand your frustration. Man. But I think we have to tread carefully because it's not good to stop and start. I mean, you could put yourself in the player's position and say, if you're doing your regular 9 to 5 and around you, there's continuous organizational changes in terms of staff coming in, staff coming out, your manager leaving, your manager coming. At some point, your morale is going to drop because we're human beings. So when you look at it in the dressing room, if a new manager is coming in, naturally, what that means is, as a player, you're going to try a little bit extra to be seen by the manager. And then, after that, subsequently, when things don't go according to plan, is your morale drops. And you don't really want that to happen because morale, I think, as a collective, morale is right where it needs to be for Arsenal at the moment. And I think if we don't get top 4, okay. There's arguments there as to who could be blamed. Difficult to point the finger at one person in particular. But you also, if it does go to Manchester United, then the argument is there to say that, of course, it would, just because of their caliber of players. Yes, they're a little bit, hit and miss at the moment, but they have the players that should get them to top four. Tottenham have the manager that should get them to top four. So really and truly, we are still the underdogs. Because a lot of people are saying that it's Conte.
Do you think we will get top four? Despite
it's
not
hard.
saying...
It's hard. There's positive signs there to say that they will get it. And when you look at teams, in particular, the game tonight against Liverpool, where they didn't self-destruct. That was my main thing with Arsenal going into the game. Like, are you going to self-destruct against Liverpool? If we look back against Manchester City, I don't think that was a justifiable result. In the end, against Manchester City, again, red card against Manchester City. Look at the 2 Carabao Cup against Liverpool, 2 red cards.
I can understand the performances are there, but we need the 3 points. It's no good putting all these performances and people accept. I can understand if people want to accept it, but the thing is, you can't technically because I can understand. Yes, we are improving. Yes, we're in a rebuilding process, and I know it takes time, but. We are improving as a football club. We're starting to get back into a top 4 side. No one expected us to be in it. So yes, is it exciting times for Arsenal? I ain't gonna go jump into a conclusion just yet, but we're still in a good position, right? We need to beat Aston Villa on Saturday. Man like Coutinho and them lot are gonna turn up, right? And Leon Bailey as well. So the thing is, we've got to turn up. We've got to turn up and beat Villa. We've got winnable games now before we play Manchester United. So if we're still in a good position, and Man United's next 3 games, I think it's Leicester, Norwich, Everton, right? Leicester ain't going to be an easy game. So hopefully United can slip up against any of those. We win our game before we arrange those game in hands. And then, who knows? We could still be in 4th spot if we lose to Chelsea and Tottenham. And it's still good.
Yeah. I think they need to go and definitely add to their squad depth, because when you look at the squad, the bench, the only 2 players that you can bring on that will make a difference, or you can bank your money and then making a difference, is Emil Smith Rowe and Pepe. Other than that, you're scratching your heads like who can actually turn the game on its head. So I think that's something that Arteta will be focusing on, because I don't think they're going to get rid of him in the summer. No. And then obviously, most importantly, you need striker and a forward. No doubt about that. So there's work there to be done, but I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling at ease at the moment of what I've seen.
For now, I'm sort of okay, but in a way, it's just when it comes to those game in hands, we need to get at least 3 points out. Like Chelsea and Tottenham, I'd rather beat Tottenham away, because we haven't won there since Thomas Rosicky scored, which was probably about 8 years ago, something like that. We haven't won over there, and I'm confident we can beat Tottenham, but it's Chelsea I'm kind of concerned about. So, for me, we've got to actually step up now. And who do you want to see in the summer? Who do you want in the summer? If we don't get top 4, or if we do get top 4, which
who
players
do I want to see in the summer? That's an excellent question.
Yeah,
I'm still thinking about that, because I'm looking at the forward position and I'm trying to see who would be. I think maybe if you talk about like replacement for Lacazette, in terms of what I've seen of the player and the fact that he's done it across a number of leagues and his age, Ivan Toney from Brentford. I think they have similar style of play. It's not just about scoring goals for either player. They want to put assists on the plate for their teammates, and you want to have players like that, because you don't want selfish players in your squad. Selfish when absolutely necessary, but you also want them to, add to their goal tally with assists. And I can see a little bit of Lacazette in Ivan Toney. So maybe that's the player that I've got my eye on. I'm not really sure about the second.
What are your thoughts on Andre Silva?
We were linked with him some seasons ago, weren't we? And nothing really materialized with that.
I don't know about him, man.
He's a little bit quiet. I'm in favor of saying why not try to recruit from the league, because the reason why I'm saying that is it's a young team and you want to get going from the jump.
Isaac?
Yeah, you would, but yeah, you would if it's a possibility. If the money is there, why not? Someone talking about Jonathan David. That's another
He's
good shout
a
as
good
He's a
well.
good
shout.
young. He's a fit
Hmm.
Arsenal goal scorer, scoring a lot of goal in the region in Canada.
Yeah,
The Canada national team and scoring a lot of goal for Lille
Yeah.
in over there. But I think he's a very good shout, you know. I think Ivan Toney is a good shout too. He's a
yeah.
better
But are
updater.
these strikers who are going to step up against the big teams, though? That's the problem.
But you have
Like,
Pierre Aubameyang. You should have Pierre Aubameyang leading the line.
I know. If Aubameyang for me, like, I wouldn't have minded if he left, but you don't run down his contract in January, like, out of the blue. You get a bit of cash for him.
Thing is, with Aubameyang, it was very clear that they're at a divide, and when two people are at a divide, you don't keep them in the same space. One has to go, and
course.
in this case, it's probably works in the favor of the Arsenal fans that it may sound weird that the captain went, because me personally, I've seen it with other clubs like Chelsea where there's player power, and
Yeah.
I hate it. I don't like player power. How do you get rid of player power? Once it starts, it's not going to end. So it's a good thing that you just nip that in the bud and say, look, you're going to have to go because the manager isn't leaving. That then sends a message to the dressing room that there's only one person in charge. Doesn't matter if you wear the captain's armband, the head coach or the manager is the only person who's in charge and has the final say. So that's good in that regards. But yeah, we definitely need to go and recruit for some talent up front.
Of course.
One thing I want you guys, because I'm sitting here and listening to you, I'm one of the thing about me, I would wrote salt in you guys' face. But I understand, I feel you guys' frustration because listen, I really like Arsenal Football Club and
Yeah.
I really like what Arteta doing. It remind me of Jurgen Klopp. I'm not comparing Jurgen Klopp, but Arsenal has building. As you said, he must get top four because that's one of the things what help Jurgen Klopp getting more money out of the club because qualify for the Champions League, that's an extra 40 million for the club to spend. And that was a huge, I can remember when Gini scored on the last day against Middlesbrough, Liverpool qualified for the Champions League, and things just turned different. Liverpool went on in the Champions League, and I think the first time, I think they went, they played playoff against Offenheim and went to the final, lost to Real Madrid, but we bring in a couple player, and I think Arteta last summer he has lost. More I give him credit, man. More I give Arteta credit because this summer gone, he bring in the right player them, and if what Talawa said about squad depth, it's going to come. It's just going to take time because he signed 3-4 player and they must make a big impact. Ramsdale,
But how many times is it actually going to take? Like, people say, yeah, give it time, give it time, give it time. But
Luca is so frustrated. Luca,
even 2 years yet, him in the job, you know, him not in the job 2 years. Remember, it take Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has won so much with Borussia Dortmund. Big impact at Borussia Dortmund. And remember, you know, you have to remember, you know, Lua, you are competing against Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Man City.
but the thing is, we're never going to be able to compete with Liverpool and Man City when we've got Stan Kroenke in charge.
No, I disagree with you. I disagree with you, Lua. Listen, let me tell you why I disagree with what we say you're not going to compete. Remember, you know, Arsenal and Liverpool run the same way, you know. They spend what they make. One thing messed up Arsenal. The difference with Arsenal and Liverpool, they can sell a Coutinho, they can sell a Diamond seller. Everybody Arsenal, they go for free. It cannot work like that. And that can't be the coach fault. It has to be the people them who on board, who running the thing. Because Michael Leader is not going to let go and play free. Come poultry, a player leave Liverpool for a free. They have to pay up their money.
But another thing is,
leave for
right,
free.
another thing which Arsenal keep doing, right, is running players down their contracts. They've started.
But that's changed though, Luca. That's
Well, it
changed.
has. But the thing is, you don't run Aubameyang running down his contract on the free.
Yeah,
You're letting Lacazette go on a free. You're letting Nketiah go on a free. Where you could have sold those two and could have bought strikers in the January transfer window.
I think with Lacazette, we don't really know if he's gonna go on a free, because they might even give him a 1-year contract with the potential of extending for another year. And that's probably to add experience up top. But to add context to like what we're talking about, I know you're upset and you have all rights to be upset, but so many games were played tonight, including Champions League game. The only match that people are talking about is Arsenal versus Liverpool. Nobody's talking about the Champions League. Nobody's not even talking about Tottenham. Tottenham played tonight against Brighton.
Brighton, they were always going to beat Brighton. Yeah.
Nobody don't business about them. Say just go, and people are talking about Arsenal for the right reason. Nobody's saying that I'm going to go and watch that game because Liverpool are going to turn over Arsenal. They know that that's going to be an entertaining match. So many big teams, iconic teams played tonight, and nobody not really speaking about them. They're speaking about Arsenal and Liverpool. So I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah. I think you have to be a little bit more patient. I think it's coming. If Arteta can sign 3 or 4 more players in the summer and get top 4, I believe you guys have a great chance to get top 4. But one of the weakest thing with Arsenal, same thing with Liverpool and the Jurgen Cup, the bench wasn't strong enough. Look at Liverpool bench now. They have Mane coming off the bench. Yeah. They probably have Salah coming off the bench. Roberto Firmino coming off the bench. You know, you have Curtis coming
off. It just comes down to squad depth, though. And the thing is, like, yeah, I can understand. You
have to give him credit. How many bad player business Arsenal do over the years, and Arteta come and clean it up.
No, I totally agree with you. But the thing is how do Arsenal become a serious title challenge again? You know what I mean? Like I know we're probably like 5 years away from Liverpool.
No, man.
Luca,
come on, man.
Lucas, look, no, that you know why I can understand the frustration, but me they're in another situation. Liverpool, they're in another situation. The only thing you have Arteta.
But the thing with Liverpool is the reason why you got into this situation because you got a proper manager. Like I remember Liverpool used to be in Arsenal's position.
You never all right. You have to give a person a chance to know. You never know. You will ever Arteta now and boom, PSG take him up and him just be this world beater.
But say if he doesn't get top 4.
I believe he don't get top 4 because
say if he doesn't get top 4 the following season, then things have got to be questioned.
No, me believe if him don't get top 4, the amount of money him spend, I don't think him keep him job. If Jurgen Klopp never get top 4, the year when him get top 4, he said it, so him probably lose him job.
Possibly, but
I can't see him losing his job this season.
Neither can I.
I can't see him losing the job. I think.
You don't think he's going to lose?
No, Ryan. You see what Arteta did with unrooting those toxic players, those players on their big contract, those time wasters, what you call dead wood. That's not an easy task. The man couldn't focus on his job. He's there to try and win points. And along with trying to win points and win matches, he's having to deal with internal affairs, internal issues, internal distractions. That's not easy. That's another job. That's like 2 other jobs that he shouldn't have to do at a club like Arsenal. So it's like, yeah, it depends on how you guys your perception of achievements and what, but like I said to you at the start of this season, I did not think March will be here and I'll be sat here saying that Arsenal are in the top 4 position and could potentially finish top 4. My thing was they're going to return back to Europa League, return back to Europe. Not I'm going to be sat here having a conversation about will Arsenal be finishing in Champions League position, worst case scenario, fall into the Europa League conversation. I never thought.
Would you accept Europa League though? Would you accept Europa League?
But why not? We don't have a rite of passage. That's the thing. We just have to live in reality. We have to just accept reality for what it is.
Look, I can understand people can accept where they are, where they want to finish, but like I want to be in the Champions League, and I can understand my frustration. I can understand people's frustration, but I just miss being in the Champions League.
But to go there and do what though, Luca? Arsenal went to the Champions League last year, just going there to make up numbers. I would much rather you just prepare yourself for the Champions League, because I don't want to just go Champions League just to go and make up numbers and be made a laughing stock. I want to enjoy the Champions League theme tune. You know how long I haven't heard the Champions League theme tune? It's because of this.
I can understand that, and I totally can understand people saying that oh yeah, if we get Europa League, we're quite good in Europa League. We might get to a final and win a European trophy. And that we've been in one final, we lost. We've been to one semi-final as well. So the thing, 2 semi-finals. So the thing is, I can understand that, and we're quite good in the Europa League, but I do think Champions League is. Look, I can understand. Like some people say, our fans say, okay, we need to be in the Champions League to actually be ready. And if you're going to be in the Champions League, you need a lot of squad depth, and that's something where we don't have compared to.
Exactly. And you know why I'm also in a good position is when you see players fans from opposing clubs literally giving you credit. So someone like Orion that supports Liverpool, or even Manchester. I've seen Manchester United fans on social media giving Arsenal credit, saying, you know what, they're playing some good football. That's a positive sign. You've got Klopp, you've even got Brendan Rodgers giving Arsenal credit, and they're not doing it just because they want to seem like good guys. They're doing it because they see positive changes there. Brendan Rodgers was saying that rating that Ramsdale save, I think it was Ramsdale save against Harvey Barnes, proper save. And that's not the first time we've seen Ramsdale step up and make some iconic save, if you want to call it that, this season. Ramsdale as well, when he walked through the door, many people had question marks over his head. Is he the right fit? Can he do the job? But he stood up. And he's answered the phone call many a times. Even now, he's in a position where the question mark is there saying, is this England's new number one? So there's so many positives there. I don't think that, I know why you're feeling the way you're feeling, and I can definitely relate to it. But I think you should probably step outside of the clouded judgment and look at what you're working with, because it's not as bad as you're making it out to be. You could be in a position where you're Manchester United. Things is toxic at Old Trafford. You think Manchester United fans wouldn't trade their position with Arsenal, not even league position, just in terms
of course not. And Manchester United, who do you actually think? Here's a question.
When you start to support Arsenal?
Me?
No, Lucas. When you start to support Arsenal?
When did I start supporting Arsenal? Did you ask? When I was a teenager. I want to hear how much. When you start to support Arsenal? No, I started supporting Arsenal. I started supporting Arsenal 2006.
Oh, champions.
So, tell her why you have to understand.
So just after that, and
tell her why you have to understand where
my friends got me into football. My friends got me into football, right? And I was never interested in football. And my friends persuaded me to say, okay, fair enough. They got me into football. And I was never interested in watching football. And my friends got me into it, and I learned their history just like that.
Yeah.
You should sue your friends for emotional distress. That's what you should take them to the court.
No.
Where you come from, though? That's why I'm asking if I come from an era when nice Patrick Beer and all of these players. So I same thing with me. I'm watching Liverpool from back in the 2000s.
I remember when Arsenal used to slap Liverpool 6-3, 3-0 and all that. 2006. Now money's all coming. Now money's all actually come in, right? Yeah. And then literally Liverpool just pipe us. It's 3 or 4-0, 2-0 every single season.
But
as well, this guy who played for Russia named Arshavin, I was that guy, bro.
Mate, Arshavin did his thing back in 2009.
Oh, that was iconic.
Bro, trust me, bro.
The funny thing is, when he scored, when we signed Arshavin back in 2009, the next day I went to go and get his shirt straight away.
Yeah. Bro, I can't forget this guy in front of me. Arshavin. And Arsenal signed Arshavin, Bridging. It's like this war going on Russia now.
The thing with Arshavin, Wenger ruined Arshavin. He ruined Arshavin. Honestly, he ruined Arshavin. Arshavin went from scoring 4 goals, and then from there, Wenger just ruined him and never played him. And then,
Arshavin signed for Arsenal. It was a big problem in Russia. Arsenal the backdoor thing and think the man must say they want 20 million for Arshavin. Arshavin bad enough. I watch on story for Arshavin Bridget. And the man in the fly Emirates, fly come to London overnight and The man him tell Arshavin for lock off him phone. Nothing them no want, no them time they ask them that. They know the money
Yeah,
I'm for signing, but me I tell you, I think that Zenith Peterborough were mad when Arsenal signed him.
Of course
I
they did.
understand where I'm coming from, and I understand where you're coming
I
from.
mean,
Hey.
come on, but Luca, in the last decade, you've seen your team win 4 FA Cups. You know much teams in the Premier League last time they win a trophy,
Mate,
it was
FA
in
Cup
black
is
and
FA
white.
Cup. FA Cup is
FA
FA
Cup.
Cup.
FA Cup is one of the best trophies to win, one of the best
Well, it
trophies
is,
to
but
win
the thing
for
is, it's not
football.
Premier League, it's not Champions League, it's not
It's
Europa
not, but
League,
Arsenal
it's
are
not.
not at the level to be even dreaming of Champions
And we
League
will never win the
or
Champions League and the Premier League in our lives.
Premier League.
We will never win the Premier League again. So
You don't think they'll ever win the Premier League again?
not with this owner in charge. Not with this owner in charge. No.
Talawa and Lucas, this is what me are telling you. This is what, listen to this.
I'll say this directly to Man United fans, just lower your expectations, man. You're not a decent club anymore. You're not going to challenge for the title. Just be happy, just embrace that. It's not the despair, it's the hope that kills you. So look at Arsenal, they have no hope. Their fans are having a lovely
happy
time.
as Larry, aren't they?
They're having a gorgeous time. United fans, just give up hope, you will enjoy it far more.
So
I think that was more for
so basically, you just want us and AI just to suffer.
Bro, 2 hours at the time, bro.
Do you
Yeah,
feel? I've got a question.
Man,
Between,
come
I've got
really-
I've got a question, Ryan. Right?
Yeah.
Do you feel Liverpool and Manchester City will always dominate the Premier League, or do you feel someone like Chelsea can come in, Manchester United and Arsenal? I know they're way behind the first 3, but do you feel Manchester United and Chelsea could actually try and compete, or do you feel like Liverpool and Man City squad? You look at their squad there, it's unreal, right? Chelsea have got a bit as well, but it's not better than Manchester City and Liverpool's. Do you feel other teams can actually compete? Even with Newcastle as well.
Bro,
Like Newcastle with this whole
is-
takeover situation.
This is English Premier League. This is not the Bundesliga or La Liga. You always have team compete against each other. This is why we love the Premier League. Look at Liverpool. City were dominate and Liverpool Cup. Arsenal, them not far off. Lord. This may I tell you.
Look, we're not far off, mate. Look, and we're still in the top 4 at the moment.
If every season you guys making progress, Jurgen Klopp sign 3 player, 4 player every season.
Yeah.
If Arsenal can do that, it's just a little bit of time. Not before time. If Arsenal get in the Champions League, you never know what can happen. You are Arsenal Football Club. Man United, I don't know what is going on out there. You're in a better position than Man United. Nothing is good coming out of Manchester United right now. Things, Arsenal, me and Man United fans for them, wish them in an Arsenal situation. You see so many bad players, like Pierre Aubameyang, were keeping a lot of problem off the field issue. When you have so many players having so much
Distractions.
problem, it's going to be a problem. Arsenal in a good situation, and that's why I said right before when we do the preview, Arsenal fans have to just lower them expectation and just make the coach do his job. Arsenal fans put pressure, you know. We have fans, you know, and we get out coach, you know, by him putting pressure, you know, because if it's for the board, they would.
Can I ask? How do you pronounce?
Talawa TV. She named
Talawar
Talawa.
TV.
Talawa
TV. Yeah. Right. Are you Arteta in or Arteta out?
It's a very good question. I'm gonna say that I'm willing to be patient with him at the start. Hear me out. At the start, I was probably saying I've had enough. I wouldn't mind seeing you through the exit door. And the reason why I was saying that was when it came to the discipline of players. Remember how he came down quite hard or harsh on Matteo Guendouzi, and then you had experienced players like Willian, who pretty much had a free card to do whatever he want. And I thought, okay, there has to be some fairness here. It has to be equality in terms of treatment and discipline spread across the board, but it wasn't like that. And now in hindsight, I get it, because as a new manager, and he was a new manager, it seemed as if he was up against a lot of mischievous players, and these were senior players. Think, you know, you had stuff that was being said about David Luiz, Willian, now Aubameyang, Ozil. Those are influential players in the dressing room. So there's no way he could have come through and said, you know, I'm getting rid of all of you, or I'm sending you to go and train in the academy or the U20s or so on, or I'm suspending you. He couldn't do that all in one. So he had to take gradual steps with his discipline. And he did do that. And that just goes back to what Ryan said in terms of getting rid of those players. He went and got rid of Mustafi. Was dying to see Mustafi leave Arsenal because he was just mistaken.
But the thing is, right, he had a fallout with Aubameyang. And I can understand, right, Arteta, yes, Aubameyang, what he done, yes, it was wrong. But he should have brought him back. He should have given him a chance. If we were never gonna actually bring anyone in, we should have kept to the end of the season.
I think what you have to bear in mind of that decision as well is that it's not the first time that it was made public that Aubameyang has faced disciplinary actions. You don't expect your captain to be facing so many disciplinary actions. What does that say to the young Saka and a young Martinelli? If my skipper can do it, then so can I. One of the things that irritated me with Aubameyang is you're showing up late for the North London derby. You're the captain. That's like Hugo Lloris showing up late for the North London derby. You don't show up late for the North London derby, especially your captain. So what message does that send out to the rest of your squad? Because your captain is the person that you look to for leadership. So I think, in fairness, maybe at that point, Arteta might have said enough is enough, because he said, I have non-negotiables. No player can negotiate with non-negotiables, and we can't argue against that as fans, because he's been put in that chair to do his job. So let us allow him to do the job. At the moment, I can't say that yes, you're completely missing, or we're completely missing Aubameyang, because I think the decision to go separate ways is working out fine, both for club and player. And we also have to remember that in his last couple of periods for Arsenal, he was firing blanks, even when it was put on a plate.
But what about Granit Xhaka as well?
What about him?
Xhaka needs to go as well.
Xhaka needs to change. Me say, how many these guys do so many things and Arteta still. What?
He is. Granit Xhaka is a unique one, because I get what you guys are saying, but at the very same time, how many times have you seen players in the dressing room speak so positively of Xhaka?
Yeah, but the thing is, Xhaka never apologised after what he done that time when we played Crystal Palace before the lockdown, before the COVID. Xhaka, the thing is,
are you talking about the one where he
the one where he took his T-shirt? I think it was 2-2 against Palace.
Yeah, I was annoyed at that, and was expecting an apology. But if you're going to apologise, let it be a sincere apology.
Exactly, and the thing is with Xhaka, right? Like, the guy is never good enough, in my opinion. The guy needs to leave. We need a better replacement.
The thing is, the thing with Xhaka as well is that, like I'm saying, because we know that 9 out of 10 players don't run their own social media. They've got a social media representative. So I'm saying, if Xhaka is, I would rather you not apologize than for you to give me a generic, disingenuine apology, because that means it doesn't come from the heart, which means that you'll do it again. With Xhaka, I think we have to remind ourselves as well is that the fans were saying a lot of harsh stuff, and he is human. And if people are going to abusing you, at one point you're going to react. It's natural.
I can understand that, right? And I agree. I can understand. Yeah, it's not nice to obviously abuse a player, because obviously they'll be like, how would they actually do that to them? And I totally respect on that. But like, for me, I understand players like Guendouzi have an attitude problem, and I get that. Saliba is doing very well. He played one pre-season friendly, right, against Milton Keynes Dons or something like that. But the trouble is, why is this manager not giving these sort of players a chance, right?
Yeah.
Whereas he's keeping the likes of Xhaka and all them at the football club.
You never know. I mean, Xhaka is not a bad player. So in the future, if we are going to be saying that we're keeping him as a squad player, as in you bring him off the bench, then maybe Arsenal fans...
Would you sell Granit Xhaka?
Would I sell him? I'm not going to sell him if I don't have a replacement. definitely not going to sell him if there is no replacement. If you're talking about replacing him, then absolutely go for it. But if you're selling him, you have to bring 2 players in because you need to replace him and you need to add someone to the bench as well.
Who would you bring in though? Who would you bring in as a replacement?
You're the one that wants to sell him. At the moment, I'm saying that, okay, I understand what Arteta is going with. The players in the dressing room clearly have some love and affection for Xhaka. I don't know what goes on behind closed
He's a
doors.
leader, man.
Yeah, he wears the armband for his country, don't he? So he definitely has leadership in him. You hear
But
past.
you reckon he has leadership? To me, I think Xhaka's terrible. For his country, he's good, but
I
for
think he's
Arsenal
over
as a captain, he's
exaggerated
terrible.
with Granit Xhaka. I am frustrated with Xhaka. Don't ever feel like I'm Team Xhaka because I'm not. I've been so
That's fine
frustrated
if
with
you're
Granit
tied to your
Xhaka.
opinion, but
Yeah, I've been so frustrated with Granit Xhaka over the years. Even when the time came for Roma, Jose saying he wants to buy him. I was like, yes, please. But given there must be something about him. These players love him. Past and current players love Granit Xhaka, so they're seeing something that we don't have the privilege of seeing.
for me, I can understand that, and yes, I know he has a bit of passion in him, but how many years have we actually kept this guy? Because ever since we've signed him, he hasn't qualified for us into the Champions League, and that's something where you've got to look into that. And for me, him signing a contract last year, I think he did. I'm not 100% sure, right?
Yeah, he signed a contract so that he wouldn't basically be leaving
Like
for free,
Roma are interested in bringing him to Roma, right? I pay his wages to get. Oh, look, if you're talking a replacement, I go and get Tielemans from Leicester, but I think he's going to go to Liverpool in the summer. That's where I genuinely think he'll go, because Liverpool going to be looking at that as well. They want a good midfielder in him. They want someone to be very creative. And I know Liverpool have got players around them, but they need someone in the middle that's going to be very creative. And can you imagine Liverpool having someone like Tielemans with Salah, Mane, Diaz, Jota, Bobby, all them lot, right? With Tielemans in that midfield. And Liverpool getting Bellingham as well. Mate, they could be serious. They could be a dominant force. Imagine if they get Jude Bellingham. Imagine if they get flipping Tielemans in their team. Jude Bellingham comes in for Liverpool. You replace Jordan Henderson, right? Tielemans for me. You bring Tielemans in, right? Mate, imagine having them lot in. Mate, it would just be unreal. And for me, to replace Granit Xhaka, I'll go for someone like a Ruben Neves from Wolves.
Yes.
Or a Basuma from Brighton. Someone like that. And if you're going to sell someone like a Granit Xhaka, you need 2 midfielders.
Tielemans is a good shot still. But
Tielemans is quality. But Tielemans, however, does have a mistake in him. He does have a mistake in him. But all players do have mistakes.
But let's be fair though. I think this season Xhaka has been good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to keep him,
the thing is with Xhaka wise,
he's a Italian.
I wouldn't keep if you're going to replace him, right, for like a Ruben Neves or someone like that, then you bring Granit Xhaka. But if you're not going to replace him properly, then fair enough, you have to keep him. Because the thing is with Xhaka, right, he's good as a squad player, but he's not good enough to start every single week. When he makes a mistake, he's made so many radical mistakes so many years. So for me, Thomas Partey started to up his game, right, recently, and he's looking good. And I know he gave the ball away sometimes tonight. And he is going to against the likes of Liverpool's midfield. So, for me, other positions I would like to bring in. We need a right back as well. Tomiyasu, good signing. Good signing he is. It's a shame he's injured. Cedric's doing very well. I didn't think he didn't do well tonight because he was coming up against Liverpool's attack. But Tomiyasu, for me, we look at a backup right back in the summer. I'll go for apparently we've been linked with a Nottingham Forest right back. So Spence or something like that. So I'll look into him.
He play for Toronto FC. I think them loan him to Toronto FC, loan him to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, apparently he's meant to be a good player. I'll bring Saliba back.
Very well against Arsenal in the FA Cup too.
Yeah. Forest beat us back in January, and he had a very good performance, and I'd bring someone like that. But yeah, we need a right back. We need I think centre backs were fine, depending what happens in the summer. Left back, we've got Tavares, we've got Tierney. Midfield, I think we need a replacement of Xhaka. We need probably, I know creativity, we've got Odegaard, we've got Smith Rowe, but it'd be nice to get one more creative in a striker. I think we need at least 5 players. And if Arteta can get them in, why not can we not improve as a football club? Why not? Why not? But it's how we do it in the summer. Whether we do get Champions League football, depending if you attract whoever you don't. If you get Europa League, you're going to attract players like Calvert-Lewin. And if we get Champions League football, right, you cannot go for players like Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins. Because Ollie Watkins, for me, I think he's poor, in my opinion. I don't think he doesn't score enough goals. I think if you're going to get Champions League football, you need a big, big name. And then I'll go for someone like Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan. I think the guy, what he did against Liverpool last week, that goal, what he scored was phenomenal. You need to go for players like that if you're going to get Champions League.
Chicken Man, big up yourself. This is a very good, very good comment, man. Chicken Man, enough love and respect. Big up to all the people that have been watching. Make sure you guys like the video. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed to Tell TV, go over there and give her a follow. And also there, Lucas, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go over there.
Yeah, I will, man. As long as people shout out my YouTube channel as well. I'm on the road to 1,600 subscribers. And
but Chicken Man, is Arsenal have them money up to spend nice summer though? If them get Champions League, this is I think getting probably Bosum is a very good player, outstanding. He's the best midfielder in my opinion in the bottom. I would say in the bottom 10. Very good, and you have Tielemans, good. You have the Portugal Wolf midfielder. He's supposed to be the replacement for Xhaka last season. Ruben Diaz. Ruben Neves. He's supposed to be the replacement for Xhaka. And also Davis, the Canadian striker. Botman linked to Liverpool centre back. So he'd sign a next centre back. Chicken Man, are you an Arsenal fan, Scar? I think we need to send this list to Mikel Arteta and see what he can do, because we think about these players. I think for me, if me have the money, I would sign Bosuma for play for Liverpool. But if you want to go to Arsenal, fine. Botman is a player that Liverpool linked the whole of last summer. He's the upcoming striker. Davis, man, play for Canada. I don't know if you see him as yet, but he's good. Very good with him back. Turn to goal and in front.
Yeah, the Canadian, ain't he?
Yeah. Who do you want out of this list though? Because some very good player.
The name that stands his name is just looking right back at me is Ruben. His name's who wouldn't take him in their team. And I also like the way that he torments Manchester United as well. If you can torment Manchester United, there's definitely a space for you at Arsenal, in my opinion. Ivan Toney, I've already heard my opinions on Ivan Toney. So Jonathan David, he pretty much speaks for himself. But Ruben there in midfield for Arsenal, alongside Partey, and so you got Ruben, Partey, Odegaard. It's looking good, isn't it? But with all of that, you still need squad depth. As I'm saying, if you're talking about wanting to go to Champions League, better have a Champions League squad.
But at the time when Liverpool go there the first time, we didn't have that squad depth,
Then what that means is that adds to the pressure of Arteta, because you're gonna have fans that basically say they're back in Champions League, so they should be challenging for it. Yeah. You're not going there to challenge for it. Have a good time, have a good shot, take your chances, but you're not going there to win it, because there's better teams there at the moment.
Yeah. But what said you on these player? Lucas, what said you on these player? Who did I take out of this list?
Well, out of those players who I would take, Bazuma, if I had to pick any of them, Bazuma, or Neves, one of the two, Tielemans, and striker, maybe Jonathan David, and all depends where Arsenal finish. If they finish between 4th and 6th, because I do believe we're not going to finish outside the top 6. There's no freaking way we're not going to drop outside the top 6. I think we're going to finish in the top 6, but I think striker-wise, it all depends. Like, if we get Champions League, we need a proper striker who's going to start banging goals and consistency. Maybe someone like a Martinez from Inter Milan. I don't know, someone decent. Maybe look at someone like an Ivan Toney. But my only issue with Ivan Toney is, yes, he's banging goals at Brentford, but can he do it at Arsenal, though?
You just answered your own question. If he can do it at Brentford, no disrespect to Brentford, where there's lesser quality players. Imagine what he could do when you've got Odegaard feeding you balls, when you've got Saka feeding you passes, you've got Martinelli feeding you passes. And with Tony as well, like I said, he's done it at every level that he's played in. We can exclude Newcastle. There's reasons for that in terms of chances and opportunity, but every level that he's played, that he's given a great account of himself. So I think he's a player. I think he loves a challenge. He loves the fact that people be looking at him and saying, can you do it? Are you the man? So I think he has the right attitude and the right mindset to actually go out there and do what's asked of him.
I agree
Possibly.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be worried. I wouldn't be looking at that and thinking, Ivan Toney, why not? I wouldn't be disappointed with that, because for me, he's given reasons why you should be looking at him.
Most definitely. This is another good comment by Chicken Man. If Arsenal get top 4, boy, I would have loved to have this striker at Liverpool.
We were linked with him, but the issue with these type of signings is they don't happen overnight. Transfers and signings don't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes between 6 months to 1 year to actually complete your signing, and there's so much that goes on behind the door. By the time it reaches the public and then it get the player is signed and they're over the line, a lot of people are like, whoa, that happened quickly. But in reality, it didn't just happen overnight. It takes a lot of talking, a lot of convincing. Players have to think about relocation. They have to think about their salary. They have to think about whether their partner is going to be able to enjoy the move and enjoy the change as well, whether it will benefit their family. So there's loads of stuff to consider before you can put pen to paper.
Very good player, man. Very good player. What you think about the Inter Milan striker? Play very well against Liverpool. He scored a brilliant goal against Liverpool.
To be honest, right, like, I saw the game, I saw the highlights last week. The striker looks very good. He's so young. He's Argentinian. These are the type of strikers Arsenal need to go for. And I know people might think I'm talking a bit unrealistic, right? But if we get Champions League football, right, at the end of the season, in 2 months' time, we need to go all out and get this player. And I know this guy signed a contract recently, but it's about how much he's going to worth. And technically, this guy is a good replacement for Aubameyang. The guy looks very young. Imagine him and Martinelli. Imagine 2 South Americans, right? Martinelli, Brazilian, Martinez, Argentinian as well. Imagine Martinez in that team. Like, if you get Champions League football, imagine him coming in. But the thing is, why would you want to leave Inter Milan and Arsenal? It all depends if you get Champions League football. And if we can get someone like him, I think he'd be good. I think he'd be a fantastic signing. I don't know, how much do you reckon he's worth? Yeah. Martinez.
Last summer, Arsenal would have paid 70 million for him. Me believe him young, scoring a lot of goals in Serie A. I would say probably 65 million, 70 million, 80
That's
million.
how much I reckon he's worth, but I reckon they're going to look about 80 to 90 million for him.
Yep.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if we try and test that friendship we have with Real Madrid Atletico Madrid, and maybe look at Felix. Maybe he's another player.
He's a good player. He's a good player. He's a good player.
So maybe he.
You want a number 9 though, and
the only issue with João Felix is that he plays in a false number 9. Arsenal Football Club don't play false number 9.
But that's why you need 2 players for those
Yeah.
positions that we have in mind. So
Yes.
that's why I said maybe you could look at potentially you could look at Felix, but obviously that wouldn't be the only player that you would bring through for that particular position.
Can you imagine if we get João Felix and Martinez together?
Deadly.
Mate, we'll be
Funeral
like-
every match, Luca. Funeral
we'll be like-
every
we'll be
match.
we'll be like Liverpool, mate. We'll be like Liverpool, mate.
Yeah. And then that's why I tell you, Lucas, they're really foreign because boy, I'm not lie to you. You have Saka, you have this Brazilian guy. What's his name? Martinez.
Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, Pepe.
Bro, you have it, bro. You have it, man. You just have to be a little bit more patient without it. I just only have a few more signing away, brother.
Look, let's wait and see what happens at the end of the season and see what he does in the summer. If we can have a situation in January where we don't sign enough players in, if we don't sign even, the manager's got to be questioned.
So for me, if you even sign even Ivan Toney, right, and you extend Lacazette contract for 1 or 2 more years, right, or you sign Jonathan Davis, or one of them, see, and you sell Pierre Aubameyang, or Ruben Neves in the midfield to replace Xhaka, and then you bring Tielemans because you're going to need a strength and depth in the midfield. So you get cheap player out of this, and you only.
Mate, if he gets any of those targets, what that chicken man or whatever his name is said in the comments, right? El Don, shall I call him?
You're mute.
Oh man, I had a phone call. But no, as I was saying, right, if we get someone like that, then maybe we can go somewhere.
Yeah. Fair enough, but I want you guys to give me an honest start. Where do you think Arsenal are going to finish?
Fifth.
Really?
No, honestly, I do think we'll finish 5th.
No fear, Man United up and down right now. Tottenham the same thing. West Ham.
I think Man City will win the league.
Yeah.
Liverpool 2nd. Chelsea 3rd. Man United 4th. Arsenal 5th. West Ham 6th. Tottenham 7th.
You really think Liverpool will lose the league?
It all depends what happens in the Man City Liverpool game. Well, it all depends because Liverpool can still win the league. Well, they can still win the league, right? But Man City got an easy run of games. And I know there's no easy games in the Premier League. I get that. But the only tough game they've got is Man City versus Liverpool. Whoever wins that game will win the title. I think you've got a great chance to win it. But I couldn't care less who wins out of Liverpool and Manchester City. I just want us to get into the top 4. I just want to beat Man United so badly so I can just go and wind up Man United supporters and beat Spurs as well. And I couldn't care less if we lose to Chelsea again because we always sometimes lose to Chelsea. Manchester United and Tottenham are the 2 games that I want to win. So I can go banter them lot. If we win those 2 games, Man United and Tottenham, then I think we can get into the top 4.
Talawa, what said you?
You know, I'm the type of fan, I take it game by game. I don't really look at the table just because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm just taking it game by game. I feel good though. I feel better than I did at the start of the season, so that's a positive sign. Hard to say whether or not we will finish in the top 4 position. Everybody's talking about we've got the harder string of fixtures between now and May, and maybe you're right, but at the end of the day, I'm sure Manchester United and Tottenham won't be fancying playing against teams in the middle and teams at the bottom of the table because you're pushing for teams who are trying to playing against teams who are trying to avoid relegation and potentially playing against teams that wants to finish in the Europa League fixtures. So in a Europa League position. So with that, basically there are no more easy fixtures. There weren't easy fixtures to begin with, but now is when it gets hot, and now is when the fixtures will be coming quite heavy and fast. So there's no easy fixtures there. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. Before Lucas leave, Lucas, tell the people them where they can find you on Instagram.
Yeah, man, I've got to go now. So thank you very much for inviting me on, man. Ryan, like I remember coming on your channel. I'm sure you remembered it before. You actually come on the channel once before, and yeah, go and follow me on YouTube. This is Lucas Live with Apostrophe. We are on the road to 1,600 subscribers, so I am 90 away from 1,600. So if you guys in the chat, you two as well, want to plug my channel, go and subscribe. You two are more welcome to come on my channel. And if you two want to come on my channel as well and talk about Arsenal, anything opinion, right, then follow me on Twitter, Martinelli AFC1. I will put it in the private chat right now, so in case you guys can just know where you can find me on Twitter. So if you two and people in the comments want to go and subscribe to my channel, then I will return. And then that's it. But thank you very much for coming on, man. All the best of the season, man, Ryan, man. And
Liverpool going to win the league, Richard.
Yeah, break Manchester United's record, yeah.
We're going to do that, bro.
Possibly.
We're going to win the league, Richard.
Possibly, but it's just like I said, it all comes down to Manchester City.
Yeah. But I want to tell you, man, thank you, man, for coming.
No, man, you two are more welcome to come on my channel anytime, man. Anyone, mate. Talawa TV, man. You're more welcome to come on my channel and give your spare time and talk to me and all that stuff. Mate, you're more welcome to come on. Just subscribe to my channel. You know where I am. And then I'll return to your channel as well, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, just follow me on Twitter, Martinelli AFC1. Do you guys have Twitter?
Yes, I do have Twitter.
What is your Twitter?
I've just given you a follow.
I'll look at it in a minute. But yeah.
Luca Quarter. Did I pronounce your surname right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
man.
I just gave you a follow.
Yeah, just follow me on Twitter. I'll send you the link. I am live tomorrow.
Okay.
At 7 p.m. if you two are around.
7 p.m. What that? UK time?
Yes, UK time if you two are around.
What time that my time, Talawa?
Maybe around 2 o'clock.
Oh,
You think you're at work, right?
yeah, I'm going to that room.
Yeah, 7 p.m. UK. The stream's about Aston Villa preview, and then for Saturday's game, and then talk a little bit about this game again, and then that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to be at. You have to catch me more on the weekend, though, Lucas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no worries, man.
When I have the time.
Yeah, man. Just follow me on YouTube, man.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. Thanks, man, for coming.
Take care, man. All the
Nice
best,
to
man.
meet you, Luca.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man. We have to do collabs, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah. 100%, man. Just DM me on Twitter. Just DM me on Twitter now if you want, and then that's it, man.
Okay, thank you, Luca.
Take care, man. Take care.
Take
All the
care.
best. All the best. Bye.
Yes, guys. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smashing the like button. But Talawa, we are here to talk, man. We are here to talk. So where you think Arsenal are finished?
Yeah, Ryan, it's a hard one. My heart is saying, obviously, I want 4th position. I'm desperate. I want to return back to Champions League. Who wouldn't? But you have to be realistic at the end of the day. Because teams will be. You have 2 teams chasing the 4th position, excluding ourselves, possibly 3. Maybe West Ham fancy their chances and say, why not? You have Manchester United who are now out of all possible cup competition. So what does that mean for them? Are they now going to click and say we're going for that 4th position? So it's not a great position to be in, because you have, like I said, 3 teams in total that want that number 4th position. And now is when it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable watching games, because not only are you watching your team, you're also watching what the person to your left and the right, looking to your left and your right and seeing what those guys are up to as well. So I can't call it. I don't want to be stupid and just say, yeah, 4th place, because that would just be my heart speaking. But it's tough, Ryan. It's a tough position to be in.
Sis, I am so sorry to hear you in this bad situation.
It's tough, but actually it's not a bad position to be in, because I never thought we would be in this position this season. Never thought I'll be saying that, yeah, we're sitting in 4th currently. That's what the table don't lie. The table says 4th at them. If they blow the final whistle and say that this is May and this isn't March, you return back to Champions League. So we're in good position, and there's some positives there, and it's weird saying that. There is some good, healthy positives there, and I think it's the first time that we've seen certain types of positive post Arsene Wenger.
Listen, what you waiting on? Come over and be a Liverpool fan.
May I right now? My jersey fit me perfectly. Me no want to put on the other jersey and my skin start itch and all them something them. May I right?
Come over, man. Yeah, I get too much disappointed, man. Yeah, wait for come over and be a Liverpool supporter. Would appreciate
Right,
you come over.
right. Every dog have their day. Yeah, you can't be the number 1 team forever. You know, eventually you're gonna fall from that number 1 position. So hopefully, when that happens, Arsenal can take over.
I don't think we're going anywhere right now. Right?
Yeah, you guys are in a great position.
Listen, man. Watching Arsenal come at Liverpool and just destroy Arsenal and Arsene Wenger over the years. But me I tell you, you see like what you say, it's like how you say you relax now and do something and what. Once upon a time, me I watch Liverpool and me I feel I eat before me watch the game. Once upon a time, when you go to the Emirates, no matter who Liverpool have, Arsenal are gonna beat it.
I know how it feel.
Sometimes.
Raya, I tell you, my editor will tell you, I don't ask to go to the I don't ask to go to the Emirates Stadium. I'll usually say send me London Stadium or send me to Stamford Bridge, and end up at the Emirates, because they make me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, you want to go there and do your job as the reporter, but you want to enjoy the occasion. Don't usually enjoy the occasion, but lately I have been enjoying going to the Emirates. So yeah, it's looking good. I can understand why people are still a little bit annoyed, because they're desperate and they feel like they should be challenging for the title, but we're not ready for that yet. Maybe in 2 seasons times maximum we should be saying challenge for the title, but we're not there just yet.
Listen, my sister, it's just work in progress, and
Absolutely.
I would say I am one more negative when it come on, but just once my team good. I just know I kind of look a bit relaxed with the Liverpool thing. I'm not really negative, but one time when you're on club, it's like Lucas be saw me a behave. Saw me a behave. I go on bad for my team. Come on, see my team. Yeah, Lucas say no in the Europa League. But it's tired of Thursday. I see Arsenal 23 years. I have still don't watch Arsenal play Champions League. Champions League, and here comes Liverpool and play against Olympiacos in a Europa League. And Arsenal fans and this way and say, yo, we're going to play Thursday football. Big team don't play Wednesday.
No, yeah, I know Thursday night football. Football fans disrespectful enough. But you're right. Look, I never thought, I used to say top 4 is us. That's it. You're not moving us from the number 4 position. And some Arsenal fans never rate number 4, but you want that number 4 position now, don't you? They used to cuss and galang bad about number 4, think them too good for number 4. Now you're dying for number 4. You see how life funny?
Number 4, so life still. Arsene Wenger was saying, number 4 is like winning a trophy. And
It is.
fans, who's one second for
Pick
this?
up and gone. Yeah. Now look, you even hear, I believe,
They will not take anything right now.
take anything, take it. And what people always forget as well, when you win the FA Cup. Like I said, FA Cup is one of my favorite trophies. I love it because it's like you get to see the lower league teams you take their chances, the magic of the cup. You get to identify these gems, these hidden gems that you wouldn't really come across because you don't watch their clubs and you don't watch their leagues. And obviously the team that wins the FA Cup now, you go through to the Europa League. So why wouldn't you want to win it as a club that's not challenging for the title?
it's a lot of football for playing in the Europa League in a
It
season.
is a wally pop, but Ryan, if you're trying to go back to Champions League, what route do you want? Do you want one route or do you want two routes? If you know within yourself you don't have the squad to match up to a Champions League team, or do you just want to go there for bragging rights? I feel like a lot of fans just want to go there for bragging rights. If you're bragging rights, you might not be bragging. You might feel ashamed. You probably can't enjoy your Tuesdays and your Mondays your Tuesdays and your Wednesdays no more because of the shame. So, when you're in the Europa League, I never wanted to be in Europa League because I grew up being so used to Champions League. That was our thing. But again, I have to realize that this is reality, and to turn a negative into a positive. If you're in the Europa League, it simply means that's a route to Champions League. If you're finishing fourth position, that's another route to Champions League. So if you win the Europa League, that's silverware, and you christen things off with going back to the Champions League. So you can't really go wrong.
Listen, when Liverpool time for come, I'm gonna think more I'm going on the Europa League. Too much game, man.
Bully per game, Ryan. But you have to have the squad.
Me no want to FIFA UEFA, man. With
Greed.
Extra game. Team drop out of Europa League, them are going on the
Conference League.
Conference League.
That me not like. Yeah.
The other day, Brendan Rodgers said, somebody asked him, the Jap man said, what? Him didn't even realize, say,
yeah,
I'm going on. This is a joke thing. It's all about money and team.
It's ridiculous. Even the name for it, no disrespect, but Conference League, that just sounds like a meeting. It sounds like a Monday morning meeting. What am I doing a Conference League?
Conference League, Tottenham, in a Conference
Sounds
League.
like a teams meeting. It's just, you don't want. You look at this, the stadium. It's like you're playing grassroots football. No, it's just no. I don't like that. So that's probably why.
Money.
Yeah, that's probably why now I would say Champions Europa League because you don't want to fall into Conference League, but it's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, but all me I tell you, just nobody make hope kill us. It's just
No, I'm learning, or I'm on the path of learning how to detach myself from certain teams, because you have to, otherwise it will ruin your weekend. Remember, Arsenal used to ruin my weekends and I'd be miserable. And God forbid if they play in midweek and they go and lose. So not only have they ruined your week, but they've also ruined your weekend before it even gets started. So now I'm trying to just pull away from them.
someone come and say on Spurs cannot win it. Imagine the man him gone down to the Leicester. I think Leicester's still in it.
Yeah, Leicester's still in it. Yeah, Leicester's supposed to still deny Conference League. Can't even remember.
Yeah, I'm still in it. But people, I want to tell you, man, thank you very much, man. See over 50 people still in the chat. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to Tell Our TV, make sure you guys go over there and subscribe. This is the way going forward, the Liverpool thing. People, I'm stepping in up back, people. You know what I mean? I'm going to start to use back influence and get more people from England to come back and thing. You know, a lot of people say I'm not putting the effort. I'm trying my best to put in the effort, and you know, I'm getting to love it back. You know, it'll come down to the nitty gritty. And I want the Premier League. Yeah. Winning the Premier League with no fans. I tell you, God Almighty, sis. Appreciate
I know the fans them disrespect on Ryan. Them so no win.
Yeah. Them tell about it not ready. It was no. More with the Premier League and forget the parade. More get the parade. Now one in the onion bag already. More in the onion bag. So Liverpool. Me have been saying it and people laugh off of me. Them click me out when City are lead by 14 points. I'm say people, it not over yet. It not over yet. And with this signing days, wow. Didn't have a great game today, but I can tell you this. He will get better. You're going to improve him.
Yeah.
Improve him.
Tonight was a good match. Same shame about the result if you're an Arsenal fan. But I think it was I'm not gonna go to bed and be miserable with that performance. That's
Arsenal
what you
scoring
want.
that first half, it would be a totally different. If
Yeah.
Arsenal come first, it would be a totally different game.
But this is what you want.
Earlier on, you said it in my preview, say, yo, we have to take chance.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to
And
get-
yeah, for me, it's just like I said, it's a young side and nobody looked like they couldn't be bothered. Yeah, you probably made a couple mistakes, but it's like it's honest mistakes. It's not you with your shoulders by your side and your head down, and you played well. They played well, so I'm not like disappointed. Look, I'm not even upset with the result because I never expected to beat Liverpool. So what am I going to be upset about? Can't be upset with the truth and the reality. It is what it is. Go again.
Most definitely. But people, I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for watching. Really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, go and give me a follow. Ryan LFC 30. On Instagram, go and give me a follow. LFC Domination. And if you haven't buy your Jurgen Klopp merchandise,
Oh, whoa. Because I walk with this every single day. And I want some people go and let me know support them. Hold on. Speaking of merchandise, see the people. There you have it.
Tell our buyer merchandise. I really, really appreciate it.
There you go. My
Yeah.
hoodie keeps me warm. I wear this like every single day. I swear to you. See how
Yeah.
it was wrap. I swear to you. Every single day. I'll
It-
wear it.
May I try for one that the material of the company, it have something in it to just keep
Yeah.
you
You can't really see it, but it feels warm. It's
Yeah.
a warm piece of material. I had it wrapped around my waist. If you didn't say merchandise, I would have forgotten to show you.
Yeah.
I always have it with me.
Thank you very much, Talawa, to buy the merchandise from me. I really, really appreciate it. Really.
You're welcome.
And people,
And it's a good speedy delivery, guys. I think I paid for just normal delivery, and obviously I'm based in London, and that
you
came.
get that before me.
Yeah, mine came quick.
I have my one here too.
Yeah, it's nice. It's definitely nice and cozy.
So get your merchandise, people. Get your merchandise. The link in the description, right? And also, people, don't forget we have every different merchandise. So check it out. The link in the description. And if you're watching this video, just exit this video, and you will see the store right on the bottom of this video. And if you haven't liked the video, exit and press the like button. And thank you guys for watching. Until next time, from a boy Ryan LFC and Talawa TV, I would like to say peace out. Thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you guys with the best match of all time. Half the people. Thank you. Peace out.
Can Jurgen's men rise against every obstacle in front of them tonight? Still Henderson, safe by the goalkeeper, and in by Divock Origi. And Liverpool have scored early. And Mane's in the middle, there's not much else to aim for. Now there is, it's in! It's Gini Wijnaldum for Liverpool! He's caught in a beauty! Wijnaldum! Oh my goodness gracious me! The unthinkable! The unbelievable! Liverpool are level from 3 down against Barcelona! The raw emotion of what's going on in this game. Early goal, Origi! Liverpool, he's got it! What a piece of quick thinking from Trent